call Caleb. Oh, there's no one over the Zoom. This is silly.
Aisha, bueno, has estado jugando estos últimos partidos de titular. Es un cambio difícil de pasar de la Liga MX a la NWSL, pero ¿cómo te has sentido en estos partidos y sobre todo qué sientes que te falta para agarrar un poco más de confianza o ritmo?
Hola, buenas noches. Sí, la verdad que es un gran cambio. La adaptación me costó un poco, pero creo que ya me estoy sintiendo mucho más yo. Ya mi cuerpo también lo siente mucho mejor. Y nada, la verdad es de que siento que ya estoy más cerca de estar a mi 100%. Y nada, la verdad que la confianza de todos me ha ayudado muchísimo.
I'm starting to adapt, and it's definitely getting easier, and I'm getting to a place where I'm starting to feel more like myself, and definitely the confidence from my teammates is helping me much more.
¿Qué es lo que ha hablado Jimmy contigo con respecto al rol que tienes dentro de la cancha? Porque si bien juegas como delantera, como 9, es obvio que lo que te pide es meter goles, pero con la dinámica que tiene el equipo actualmente, ¿qué es lo que más pide de ti para poder desenvolverte mejor en el campo?
Pues creo que me pide trabajar mucho más en lo defensivo. Creo que eso es lo que me falta un poquito y en lo que me está adaptando al equipo. Pero sí, la verdad que me pide mucho más eso y pues hacer mi juego, que por eso me trajeron, para hacer goles obviamente y pues para hacer mi juego.
He asked me to play more defensively, but overall just to do my game. The reason that they brought me here was so I can play the way that I've been playing my whole career, so that's what he told me to do.
¿Qué te pareció el gol de Ali?
No, la verdad que re bien. Creo que último minuto nos ayuda muchísimo como equipo. Creo que nos da esa energía que seguimos necesitando para seguir sumando, para hacer bien las cosas. Y nada, creo que como equipo nos ayuda muchísimo.
It was great. It was something that was truly amazing for the group, and I think it'll help us along the way with these 3 points.
¿Cómo puede motivar el equipo una victoria como esta noche?
Pues creo que nos va a motivar muchísimo. Creo que hicimos un gran partido y pues hay que tomar las cosas buenas, obviamente también las cosas malas, pero creo que la victoria nos va a ayudar para seguir creciendo y obviamente nos va a dar pues esa motivación que cuando uno pierde a veces se le va. Entonces creo que de aquí solo para arriba.
It's definitely motivating for us. We take the good with the bad, just how we learn, but this is definitely a great motivator for us moving forward.
Y esperamos que esto sea el último partido de clima frío, ¿no?
Sí, la verdad es de que es súper difícil jugar en frío. Creo que uno nunca termina de calentar, entonces nada, la verdad que sí, ya estoy esperando el calor.
It's difficult playing in the cold because you can never, it's hard to start getting warm, so we're hoping that this is the last time we have to play in these conditions.
Gracias.
Gracias, buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Do you guys want to?
Oh, I can see myself now. Wow.
Not awkward at all. Caleb, are you guys ready back there? All right, Caleb, go ahead and fire away.
Congratulations on the win and the clean sheet. How did it feel to get that result tonight?
Amazing. It feels like a weight is lifted off our shoulders. This is the team we always knew that we were, and that we wanted to fight to the very last minute, and that's what we did. So super proud of this group. It was a full team effort tonight.
Obviously, a lot of injuries on this team, and there were even a couple of scares tonight with some players going down. You had Kate back there for a bit. What's it like to, I guess, just have to deal with these constant ins and outs? And when you see a teammate go down like that, is it just like, man, like, please, not another one?
Yeah, it's tough. Kate is huge for us right now, and she's a great leader in our back line, so I was begging for her to be okay. But we do have a deep bench. I mean, you saw Poe step up, and she was ready to go. So we're super, as much as it's difficult to deal with injuries on the field, we know that we're prepared for the individuals who need to step on.
And then how was it to see your team get a penalty on the right end, on the other end finally, and then to see Ali bury it like she
It
did?
was good. There was a little scare in the first half, if you recall, like when Poe like dove on the ground a little bit. So I was like, no, it kind of like worked out in our favor. But Donna did really well to shake that PK, and then obviously Ali buried it. So super proud of this group, and so happy to get a VAR call our way.
Awesome, thanks.
Let's keep going on that a little bit. Just walk us through kind of your view of the penalty kick. It's the 99th minute. You feel like there's probably not a whole lot of time, obviously, on the clock from that point. Just what's sort of going through your mind, and are you kind of trying to send some good vibes to Ali as she steps up to it? Or
Yeah, good vibes, but obviously no pressure, and then just let Ali do what Ali does. And yeah, I was ready. I already had the mindset that she was putting it in the back of the net because I believed that. I believed in her. I believed that we were going to win tonight. And so my mindset immediately shifted to keeping the shutout, that we're going to win 1-0. And yeah, denying all opportunities and getting the team focused to go long into the corner and deny anything behind.
this team has been really close a couple of times, early the first couple weeks of the season to getting that one, kind of getting over the hump. Does a night like tonight, where you did so much right again to be able to get that result, does it give you any, I guess you touched on confidence, but any extra kind of motivation, any extra energy to sort of build off of this?
Oh, 100%. This is massive for us. Our first one is going to open so many doors for us. And I kind of said in the pregame talk tonight, I was like, just get that first goal. Just get that first goal. See what happened in San Diego when we got that goal. We had momentum. And I just think we always had this momentum, and now we capitalized on it. And that's kind of what we were waiting for, was just that capitalization. And super happy that we got it today. And yeah, super excited going forward and feeling confident going forward.
What do you think are the main adjustments that were made on the defensive back line in order to get this shutout for today?
We were really aware of Lun Mila and just bumping her run. I know they wanted to go in behind, so minimizing the runs in behind and me having a higher line was the idea defensively. And I think we actually did a lot better in our box defending when they went back into cutback shapes. We were struggling with that a little bit, and everyone was in a really good positioning, and I felt comfortable in our cutback positioning.
There was a couple moments right there where there was a couple of one-on-ones that you had as well. How do you handle the nerves, because there's no goals coming forward, and now you have to do yourself in order to get the shutout? So how do you play with those nerves at that moment of not being able to score, and now you have the responsibility of not letting in a goal?
Yeah, obviously not putting in the expectation of the heaviness and pressures of a shutout. I've been working a lot with our sports psych of just not holding on to outcomes and just relying on that muscle memory, and that really alleviates that nervousness that I feel. And just going back onto my strengths, I love 1v1s. I embrace it, and so just really leaning into that rather than, I hope they don't score, I hope it goes more in my favor, and I believe in that. And just watching film, I know that they were quick, they took big touches, so just being more front-footed, and just that's really how I prepare for strong forwards.
All right, thanks, Mandy.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the win, Jimmy. How does it feel just to get the first one of the season?
Good, very good. No, I just think it was one that we wanted. We wanted it badly. I think we also played better in the first half, so you don't have to chase the game, so you actually can make a difference in the last few minutes of the game. So I think that was important. There is also a big context about the game, as in Imani's first start, Sydney's first roster, but then also been playing Yenny higher up on the pitch, Cece's first minute. So I think like it's a lot of new things for this group, and they reacted really well on it. And I think that's what makes me that's the thing that I'm the most happy about, to be honest. But yeah, no, in general, I think we could have done more on the pitch offensively. I think we played maybe 5 or 10% better than last week, but it's like keep on building now. And I think the message I gave them after the game is like, look, let's take this as a standard from now on. This is your minimum, and now we have to keep on building upon what we just created this week. So Houston next week, gonna enjoy this one tonight, and then tomorrow we start analyzing Houston.
You mentioned a lot of new things tonight. What of those new things, whether it be moving positions or just tactics-wise, did you like and you want to see more of moving forward?
Yeah, I think Imani showed that she's actually ready to play. I think she looked slightly uncomfortable sometimes on the ball, which is not something that I think we should highlight. But I do think like just the energy being back on that pitch, but also, I mean, I was coaching on her side, and also the fact that she was just coaching a group. She was shouting at people, making sure that people were doing their job. I think those are all elements that we were missing the last few weeks. I also think we saw a very good performance of Mandy and Kate, just keeping it clean, keeping it calm, making sure we do the right thing. I think that's something we've been missing slightly, like trying to take risks, put other people in bad positions. And I think today we just played it very simple. Due to the fact that we played it simple, we maybe sometimes didn't look as good as we wanted to. But at the end of the day, we have 3 points, and that's what we have to take with us.
You mentioned Cece as well there. She just gets announced this morning by the club and then gets to play just a few hours later. What made you want to bring her to this club and also to put her in the game in the moment that you did?
And she's even flying back right now as we speak. Right after the game, she's flying back to New Jersey to pack. So, no, I think the analysis that we made, obviously you're in a position and you don't want to make emotional decisions, so you have to make sure once you build a roster that you're also looking forward and you're making sustainable decisions. And I think Cici is one of those players that just brings one experience but also just calmed on the ball, and I think that's also something we saw when she came on. Like the few touches she had, she didn't lose one ball. She had 6 or 7 touches on the ball. She was good, she was calm. So again, like it's one of those players that right now we can start building around her, and we can, I think if we get Cici to play in the way that we want her to play, and one, she'll be playing in the way that actually she also wants to play, and 2, we'll see a better Ellie, we'll see a better Bianca, we'll see other players being better because of this quality of player that we're bringing in. So very grateful that she wanted to make all of the efforts, because at the end of the day she arrived yesterday morning, I think 11 a.m. No training session, just one night of sleep, and then straight into this game. But yeah, very happy she's here.
A little bit on that note of Ali, she steps up, kind of grabs the ball for the penalty, 99th minute, game on the line, all that stuff. Was there ever any doubt if she would take that penalty? And you're shaking your head right there, and so I have to remind myself sometimes she's only 21, second-year player, all of that. But what has she done in such a short time to kind of merit that sort of respect? I mean, it's not quite captaincy, obviously, but it's kind of that level of respect she's getting at a really young age.
I think there's 2 sides of that. I think there is trust that she has in herself, but there's also trust that the staff and the player group has in her. Because as much as we can put names on a paper and we can say, like, look, if this were to happen, then this needs to happen. She stepped up, Kate took the ball, and immediately, I don't know if you've seen the 30 to 45 seconds prior to the PK where Kate just steps on her back and is like, okay, I'm going to get you that ball, you're going to kick it in. Ellie just nods like, okay, this is it, I'm doing it. I think those are like the small things as a group that we really have to take with us. I think Ellie's been struggling a few weeks on the ball. She's not always been that successful that she normally can be. So for her to step up in the 96th or 97th minute and to make the difference, that's big. That's a huge mentality from a very young, talented player. So I think that's just what we want to keep on doing. We don't necessarily want to build a team around Ellie, but we want to make her very important in the team. And I think that's what she showed tonight.
And then getting this result after a couple of games where you said it a few times, you guys played really well in large moments, and to finally kind of see that result get over the line, get those 3 points, what can that do mentally to a team that hasn't been playing poorly by any means to this stretch of the season, but finally kind of seeing that result cash in?
I think that's a trust thing. I think getting the result and also just builds a bit of trust in what we do. Obviously, when you do something for 5 weeks or 4 weeks and you're not successful, people start doubting about what you do and why you're doing it. I think today we just kind of confirmed that we actually are capable of doing and playing in the way that we want to play, being conscious about the fact that a big part of our salary cap is still sitting in the stands. So just being able to add these people to what we do today and will increase the quality. So I think to me the biggest thing of the win of tonight is just increased trust in what we do, and I think that's what we need as well as a group.
I just want to ask you about how it is to control all the injuries that you already have on your squad, and also if you have any update of Nuria and how is she going?
Yeah, I think how's my week been? I think in the beginning of the week of this starting 11, so the group that actually started the game today, I think I had 8 of them that potentially could start, and 3 of them that weren't able to start. And I think this morning at 11:30 a.m. I got confirmation for one of the players that started tonight that she was actually capable of playing. So I think it's just been a bit of a rough week for us, players coming in and off practice. How do you manage injuries? I think just got to make sure everyone keeps on track, but it's also something as a coach, like, you want to keep the attention away from the injuries. You want to focus on the ones that you have, and you don't want to give a feeling to a group that once player come back in that straight away we're going to play them. I think that's just very important to us, that we keep everyone focused. And also, I mean, this is a bit of a carrot stick method and moment for a lot of players. Like, look, when one goes out, the other comes in. That's your shot. You gotta shoot your shot, and you gotta make sure you perform. So I think that's just really important that we have that mentality as well, coming into games, starting games, that we just give it our all. And I think Nuria, I just saw her ankle. I think to me that was a yellow, and then 25 minutes later that's a second yellow. But fine. I think she definitely had a contact. It was a straight foot. So we'll see. My experience tells that these injuries can be like really calm and really good, like an easy one. They weren't talking about anything big, but I'm not in the right position probably to be talking.
Thank you.
Coach, congratulations on the first victory. Although the position in the standings still isn't the best, do you think this could be the beginning of improvement in the standings?
Yeah, I think that's what I said. That was the last word I said before we went out for the first half. I said, like, today we turn the tables. It's the moment that we start doing it. And I think as much as we give PowerPoints and we give a lot of slides, and we added this week something new for the group, like they all got their individual jobs and roles of responsibility for a match day right now. That's something we added. 80% of this game was played on mentality, and I think we've shown that winning a game in the 97th minute. So I think we have Houston next week. That should be the next target, and I think that's just something this group is really good at. Like, as much as you look at a whole season, we break the season down game by game, and it also allows us to kind of shut down the previous game very easily and to move on to the next one. I think that's a thing this group is really good at. But obviously, when you win a game, the next thing you say is, I want to win the next one. And if there is one thing I really am, I'm a winner. I want to win games at any cost. So that's what we're going to train for next week. I think the girls asked for a day off on Sunday, which they didn't receive. So that also shows the fact that we just want to keep on building right now, and we just want to keep on going, because we got work to do, but we also see that there are possibilities in the next few weeks. Thank you. There is a drone show outside, which is way more interesting than what I'm saying. Enjoy your evening.